Be better than I am. Where's the emphasis? On the missing pieces. So what's most active in your vibration? The resistance. And when the resistance is active, even though Source is calling you to all that you're asking for, your heels are dug in. So you have to make peace with the wife you are, peace with the mother that you are. And by making peace with it, we don't mean beat your children and make it all right in your mind. We know you hardly ever do that anyway. We're not talking about making peace with unwanted. We're talking about making peace. What does it mean in the light of what we just said just now? What does me, in my physical body, being my best self mean? I'm a perfect match to the Source within me, who is not just my best self, but my biggest self. So use different words just for a moment. Abraham, I want to be in alignment with my powerful, loving, good-feeling, all-knowing self. I want to be in alignment with my inner being, yes? But why do you want to be your full self? In any moment in time, why would you want that? Why would you want that?
To be happy?
Yes. Yes, because it feels good. And any other answer is the wrong answer, because the other answers say, well, I want to be a really good wife and mother because I want them to approve or them to appreciate or them to benefit and of course you want all of that. Of course you do. But the answer is not just I want to be. The answer is I must be in full alignment with who I am, because anything less than that is just always going to feel off, you see. Do you accept, as we draw this circle, this invisible circle, and we talk to you about the vortex, do you accept that there is, in fact, a vibrational version of everything that you've been asking for that has amassed vibrationally? Do you accept that? It's an important key to this, and we know it's hard to accept because you can't see it. You can see what's manifested in terms of a relationship. You can see what's manifested in terms of your finances or your physical apparatus. You can see evidence of what's manifested. But this vortex that we're talking about, since it's a vibrational version, you can't yet see it. You can't yet hear it. It's not tactile yet. It hasn't come into full view for you. So for most of you, it must be annoying. It's a concept as we wave our arm and point at this place and tell you it's a vortex and tell you that the larger part of you and everything that you want is in it. We want you to conceptually get it, but what is the first way that you're going to actually know the reality of this vortex? How can you know that it's true? What's the first evidence that you're going to get about the existence of this vortex? It's a feeling, isn't it? It's an emotion, because your emotion is your indicator of your vibrational alignment. So when you come into alignment with your vortex and you feel secure, even when you don't have evidence, when you feel self-appreciation, even when others aren't crowing about what a wonderful mother you are yet or whatever, when you feel it, that's a manifestation. And that's what we've been trying to call your attention to all morning here today. We want you to accept that that manifestation, which is a manifestation of an emotion, that once you find that, now you're in the vortex. And once you find it and know that you've found it and find it again and again and care about finding it, and it becomes the thing that you care most about finding, now you're hanging around in the vortex more and more and more, and now the other manifestations that you so much want have to reveal themselves to you and will reveal themselves to you, because you're not doing that thing that's keeping you vibrationally out of the vortex. Does that follow? Because when you really feel playful, it just sounds like the best idea in the world. When you're really feeling playful, ideas about how to be playful just come and come and come and come and come. The question that we really want to get to the bottom of here is, do you feel it's appropriate to be playful? Or do you think that you should be teaching your son to face reality? Because this is really the defining question. If you can accept that playfulness, that lightheartedness, that emotional manifestation that we were guiding you toward is what this is all about, then you've got it. Then you have found the missing piece. And once you show yourself that you can be consistently playful, and it's not easy. We know you've been dealing with a lot of stuff. We know that we're making lighter of a situation than you really want to make light of. But we promise you that if you can discover, and you can, on a regular basis, this playful spirit that is really within you. And you see, when you're lying in your bed at night, a few nights from now, maybe even tonight, you're going to be lying there and you're going to realize how good you feel for no apparent reason. You're just going to be feeling lighthearted. And once you turn that corner, once you really feel that way, what happens is you will begin rendezvousing with everything, anything and everything in your life, especially with the things that matter most to you, on the basis that you have established, because it's like that thing that we were talking about earlier. If you're vibrating here in playfulness and your son is vibrating here in anxiousness and anxiety, one of you is going to dominate the moment. Who is it going to be? And you've been given in way too easy. You've been given in way too easy. And he really wants to join you in the playfulness. He has many inspired moments, you see. We want you to stop assuming that he's always in a wrong place. And we're going to give you some new numbers. He's playful more than you are. He's playful at least 60% of the time. But you're not rendezvousing with those playful moments because you're so darn worried about him. And once you find this playful vibration, once you find this secure place, once you find this thing that you asked for the moment you sat down, once you find the alignment that gives you the power to assist someone that you really care about in finding their alignment, once you find that, this sense of well-being and security will just waft over you. And this is the thing that's most interesting about it. You're not going to need the evidence right away once you find that. But the evidence will come anyway. We just don't want you to get immediately then dependent again on the evidence. So the contrast causes you to ask, and somehow, some way, maybe it's by listening to us, and maybe it's just because you want to feel good so much, you come into alignment with who you are. And as you come into alignment with who you are, then things start turning around right away. And almost immediately, you start looking at the evidence and becoming dependent on the evidence again already. But the evidence isn't strong enough. The evidence won't support you because you haven't been in alignment long enough to really get the evidence going, you see. So this is the reason that all day here today we've been trying to convince you that the manifestation that you're reaching for is the emotional manifestation over which you have complete control. And if you will believe that and go after it for a week, and then for another week, and then for another week, by the time you've done this for about 30 days, you will have established such a pattern of vibrational alignment with who you are that then the manifestations have to follow. They have to follow, but you can't keep flip-flopping. You have to find that manifestation of emotion, and maintain it long enough that the evidence will support it. But friends, we're not giving this to you because we want the evidence to come to you to support it. While we do want the evidence to come to you to support it, because we want you to have and be and all of those things that you're wanting, we want you to find the security of that alignment. We want you to find your playfulness, your friskiness, your youthfulness, your joy, your stability, your vitality, your health. We want you to find all of that. It is just a small, very small emotional journey away. You can do it. We think we have convinced you. We have given it everything that we have to help you to understand that that's what it is all about. You've heard us say things like vortex first, then manifestations follow. And now we are amending those statements to say manifestation of emotion inside the vortex first, which is a general manifestation, which is what you really want, to feel good, to feel empowered, to know your worthiness. And then all of the other details that support that will come in, like having plenty of money and lots of friends and all of the things that you're wanting, and being able to move around and rendezvous with the people that are looking for the same things that you're looking for. This is a very diverse world, and most people are not exactly on your wavelength. And you don't want to play with those that are not exactly on your wavelength. But before you start playing with anybody, you want to establish what your wavelength is. And the wavelength that you're wanting to establish is the wavelength of source energy within you, you see. And we want to say to you that your son, this blessed kid, knows all of this very, very clearly, and often is leading you to it. Often is leading you to it.
Would it help us to have like a happiness box where we put down like a little piece of paper times that we were feeling playful or feeling
maybe, but it's going about it the hard way, and you're still trying to fix it with action. And if a happiness box works for you, then make one for yourself, but don't make your son play with your happiness box.
Okay.
Anything that causes you to focus helps, you see. Anything that causes you to focus helps. Friends, what we really want to say to you is it's easier than you've been making it out to be. But you don't try very hard until you feel desperate. But when you're desperate, then it's a little bit harder, because then you've got all that manifestation that you have to overcome. But it really is an easy thing. These things we know about you. You are source energy in physical bodies, here intending not just occasionally, not just at the basketball game, not just at the football game in the moment of the touchdown of the team that you've bet your money on, not just at those peak moments. You have intended to experience bliss and joy and satisfaction and peacefulness and contentment and invigoration and passion, or some version of all of those things in every moment of every day. You are powerful, genius, brilliant creators, and the source within you is reveling on that wavelength and having those feelings all day, every day. And when you feel less than that, it's only because you're focused in a lesser vibration than you are worthy of, a lesser vibration than you deserve. Life is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. When you meet people, you're supposed to like them. When you listen to people, you're supposed to find interesting things. In every moment, there is the potential of a succulent, delicious thing occurring in every moment. And if you're not having lots and lots and lots of those moments, it's because you're vibrationally out of whack, and you can do something about it, you see. It's so worth doing something about it. Don't ask anybody to change. Don't ask anything to be different. Don't ask one thing to be different. Just accept, I have the power to feel good anyway. I have the power to feel good, even though my government has lost its mind. I have the power to feel good, even though the weather is not my favorite. I have the power to feel good, even though I have the power to feel good because I choose to, and because the source within me already is there and is rooting for me, is beaming a signal to me. And anything less than that is only because I'm not making the effort to focus myself into the feeling, which is the easiest thing in the world to do. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. And in fact, we have conveyed to you vibrationally much more than words will ever convey. You can feel our conviction. You can feel our knowing. You know that we know what we know. You know that we mean what we say. You know unequivocally, right here, right now, that you are worthy beings and life is supposed to be good for you. And we're not kidding you when we say we are aware of everything that is important to you, and we are focused with you into the success that you are reaching for. We're just asking you to take the shortcut, the emotional journey. It's the shortcut. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely. It is delicious to come together with those like you who are willing to rendezvous with us out on the leading edge in a new place. It is satisfying to feel the power of your desire and hear the specifics of that which you are about, and to resonate with the fullness of who you are in your vortex, and then express it verbally and vibrationally, and feel you get up to speed with the fullness of it. For us, these gatherings are always more emotional than they are verbal, meaning it is always much more of a feeling experience as we feel you little by little come into fuller resonance with who you really are. I want to say to you that we all make way too much of all of this. That you can't get it wrong and you never get it done. And the reason that you never get it wrong is because it's not done. It's never done. It's never done. It's never done. It's never done. There's just more opportunity for you to discover and experience the fullness of who you are. So when you find that emotional place, when you decide that your emotion right here, right now, is the manifestation that you're reaching for and the manifestation that you have control over, and you figure out how to go general if you need to, how to milk the vortex if you want to, when you figure out how to hold yourself increasingly in more and more of those good feeling emotions, and then you consciously acknowledge the manifestations that must come on the heels of them, your personal sense of empowerment will be such that you will begin making statements such as, I never ever want to leave this place. I so adore being this God force in physical flesh, blood, and bone, who gets to focus into reality, the perfection of Source. And that's really what you're doing. You're focusing into reality, the perfection of that which you, at all levels of your being, have desired. You can't separate your desire from ours. When you find something that feels good, you've found our desire. You've found resonance with our desire.